A warm welcome to this week's edition of Breeding to Win. Well, racing enthusiasts can enjoy great racing over the next 7 weeks here on the Highveld. Of course, it includes Derby Day, which takes place at the end of March. Her Serene Highness Princess Charlene will be attending her race day on Saturday the 13th of April, and it all culminates into the big one, which is Champions Day on Saturday the 4th of May. Without any further ado, let's take a look at what's on tonight's show. We bring you the highlights from the Claverflay Vasco Cheltenham lunch in aid of the Western Cape Equine Trust. Fiona and the team catch up with Pippa Mickleborough. My studio guest is Shoal Pretorius. And finally, we feature another Freeman stallion, and this time we look at Kuwari. Claverflay Stud enjoyed a successful fundraising luncheon at Vasco's this past week in aid of the Western Cape Equine Trust. The Breeding to Win team put together this highlights package.
Thanks to Bryn Russell today. We're here at Vasco da Gama Tavern in town to get going for the first day of the Cheltenham Festival. We're enjoying a stunning lunch and the first race is about to kick off shortly. The proceeds from today's lunch will go to the Western Cape Equine Trust, and with me is of course head of that trust, Ken Truter. Ken, what a fabulous day we're all having.
Such fun, wonderful atmosphere here, the food's great, and it's just wonderful to see all the racing people having fun and interacting and talking to one another. Absolutely fantastic.
And the Cheltenham Festival is such a great festival in England. It's lovely to be able to see it on the big screens and have a bet. It is,
and I'm really looking forward to the first race, which is coming up shortly.
And the proceeds of today's event are going to go to your trust, the Western Cape Equine Trust. Couldn't be a better cause.
Yes, Fee, thanks very much. And we're very grateful to Grant and Michaela and, of course, Claverflay. And I have to commend Claverflay. You know, on Saturday I was at Durbanville Racecourse and they had the soccer for the grooms and the Claverflay special race day, which added so much interest to the race day. And this is what we need in racing in general and specifically here in the Cape.
Yeah, Grant certainly does a good job at getting his head around all these wonderful events and putting them together. And the Western Cape Equine Trust, you're doing a fabulous job. I love seeing the pictures of horses coming out of training and doing so well in various different areas.
Thank you for that. And yes, we had a very successful lunch in December. And we raised over 400,000, and we're actually having a very successful run at the moment. We're rehoming 3 to 5 horses a month, which, given the economic times and challenges, is very good. And we had a meeting last week, and Newton's very happy, and we've just moved premises, but I think it's an improvement, the premises. So we're ecstatic that we could find so many homes for so many horses.
It's absolutely fantastic. Lovely to see, and you really are doing a great job. Let's hope we raise a little bit more money for the fun today.
It's all about the money to make these things happen. But thank you to everybody, and thanks to all our supporters and everybody who assists us in the process.
Thank you very much, Ken, and enjoy the rest of the Cheltenham Festival.
Thank you.
Well, today couldn't happen without Bryn Russell and his team here at Vasco. As I said, we're all having a fabulous day. Bryn, once again, thanks very much for having us all here at Vasco.
No, it's wonderful to have you guys here, and again, it's only happening because of you, not because of us, so thank you very much.
Of Of course, we're here today for the first day of the Cheltenham Festival, and it looks to be a thrilling afternoon. But we've also got to thank you for pulling off a fantastic day at Kenilworth Racecourse for the end of the season for the Vasco Prawn Festival. That was pretty special. We got a big crowd on course.
Yeah, no, look, we have to say thank you for that as well. I'm not going to say too many thank yous because I get told that I say thank you too much and I look too serious. But the Prawn Festival was a huge success for us, I think, for Kenilworth, and I think for racing. I think that the people that turned out there actually enjoyed the day, and I think it just shows that if you do something a little bit different, you will get the results.
Yeah, absolutely. Dare I say it, there was lots of people on course all day saying that it was a big or bigger crowd than the Met, so you did a fantastic job.
No, thank you. I think there were some people that carried on late until the night, but it was a good day, and that's what it's about, family, fun and racing, so it was a great day.
And this is a great fundraiser today. We've got lots of people in the restaurant having a fabulous lunch. We're going to enjoy the Cheltenham Festival. They can have a bet next door. And of course, this is all going to the Western Cape Equine Trust, a fantastic fund.
Yeah, no, I think that's fantastic. And again, it's just about people coming together, and that's what racing is actually about. And yeah, so it's wonderful to be able to have everyone here, and thanks for the support.
Got a super racing crowd here today, and there's a real buzz already. I dread to think what it might be a bit later after the last.
I think it's going to be a bit of a mess, and if I can just take this opportunity, we're getting back from the high of being in Dubai, that with Marina Resco, which he ran. I think he ran 6, but he ran a hell of a race in Dubai. I think he's trying to fly the flag for us. He's been accepted to the World Cup night. So thank you to Mike, and let's see what he can do on the big night.
That was absolutely amazing. It was a really good run. He's been sort of improving on every start, and you're looking forward to him running in the big one.
Yeah, hopefully he's going to run a big race. But that little guy, when he comes out into the parade ring, he looks like the show pony, but he's got a hell of a heart. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be there because I'm going to be watching Liverpool hammer Tottenham Hotspurs and hopefully watch Liverpool take the cup.
Well, we've got Claverflay and Grant Knowles to thank for putting on today's event and doing all the organising, along with Michaela Cross. She put in a lot of effort. Grant, it's gone off really, really well today, hasn't it, the Cheltenham Festival?
Yeah, fantastic attendance as well. I can't believe how many people have pitched up here, and great vibe. I think everybody's into the spirit. I haven't seen so much Guinness being served here at the Vasco, and yeah, it's been brilliant.
It's been superb. Lunch has been fab, and we're looking forward to some fantastic racing this afternoon.
Yeah, the Cheltenham racing is about to start now, but the nice thing for me is the camaraderie that's inside there. We've got different trainers, different people's owners, and everybody's really enjoying themselves. And the nice thing is Ken Truter's Western Cape Equine Trust is going to get some money out of this as well. So very excited and very pleased that it's gone.
And I heard a bit earlier you mentioned you might make about 8,000.
Yeah, I think it's about 8,200 Rand that will go to the Western Cape Equine Trust. So a big thank you to everybody who has attended. And everyone got a betting voucher from Sedley Bar, who operates here at the Vasco as well. So big thank you to him because he's donated all those betting vouchers as well. And, you know, guys have taken Cheltenham place accumulators and pick sixes and all sorts of things. So somebody might come out a nice big winner as well.
There's an absolutely lovely vibe and buzz in the luncheon room today. And we've got to thank Claverflay as well for a smashing day at the races at Durbanville on Saturday. The soccer tournament and the Claverflay Sales Race Day went off really, really well. And there was a great crowd.
Yeah, it went off fantastically. And listen, you can't put these things together without A, sponsors, and B, the team behind you. And Michaela's done an awesome job for us, both on this function and at the soccer, and Dalton and Agri Expo behind the football day as well. So really all we can say is thank everybody for all their considerations and all their input that they've done in all those events, and it's been a fantastic. It's great for racing because everybody in racing's got the same ideals. They love the horse, they love having a bit of fun, they love the social atmosphere, and all these different type of events really lend itself to racing functions. So I'd like to do a few more, and especially if a charity can benefit from it, I think it works out superbly.
Keep it up, because all I've heard is positive comments for Saturday's event, today's event. It's absolutely fantastic for racing. Of course, we spoke to Brent about the Prawn Festival as well, and he was chuffed to bits how that went off.
Yeah, that was brilliant. I tell you what, just small little initiatives, something like the Prawn Festival, something like the football tournament, and they're novel, they're new, and they're exciting for people. So I think it does work, and it does lend itself for the racing crowd that we have. So listen, the Cheltenham first race is about to go off. You can hear the screams are getting louder inside there. So it's been a fantastic event, but more so I like the way that the charity will benefit from it, and I like supporting Bryn because Bryn put so much money into racing. He supports every cause that everybody knocks on his door for things, for different charity endeavours and everything like that, and he's always the first to put his hand up. So great that we could come back here and give something back to the Vasco and his partners and Ross, and their team have been outstanding. The service has been great, the food has been exceptional, and yeah, I think I've got about 2 Jurgen bombs waiting for me, and I'm looking forward to getting back to them as well.
Absolutely great stuff. Let's go and make some money at the Cheltenham Festival.
We look forward to that. Thanks very much.
Thank you, Grant. Well, it's been a fantastic day so far. We've all had our lunch and we are about to kick off with the first race from Cheltenham. Really looking forward to making some money and having some fun for the rest of the afternoon here at Vasco.
Miss Frankel couldn't have been more impressive when romping home last weekend at Greyville Racecourse. Fiona catches up with Pippa Mickleborough to talk about her victory.
Miss Frankel in front from Queen of Alamo, Boeing 30, but Miss Frankel goes great guns from Queen of Alamo.
Very, very happy, Lef. But a lot of big thanks, eh? I mean, the time that Pippa spent with this filly and shock treatments and Jesus, you name it. Yeah. She's given this filly every chance, and I think she was there with her for almost a year. So it's been a long haul, and Lef, she's got the ability.
Yeah,
you know?
it's all there.
But all the bloody hype with the pedigree and all that, it's not her fault. Yeah. But so privileged to train a filly with a pedigree like this. And all I can say is thanks to Mike and Phil and Pippa and the whole of Aventure.
Well, it's a while since we've been out to Aventure, and we're here this morning up at the top down with an absolutely stunning view of the Helderberg. It really is beautiful up here, and there's no more fitting a time to be catching up with Pippa after Miss Frankel's fantastic win last week. Lovely to be here again, Pippa.
Welcome back, Fee.
Congratulations on that win last week. She won very nicely.
She did win. She won, I think, quite a competitive field, because I know that there were a couple of fillies in the field that the trainers were quite confident. But Dennis was confident. She is working well. She's sound, and she's in a good space. Yeah.
Yeah, she's had her niggles, and you've had to be very patient with her. But now she's getting a bit of confidence. You could just turn the corner.
Yeah, you know, her niggles were minor. Really, they were, and I think mainly they were growth. She shot along. She came back and rested after that little hiccup after her race at Kenilworth, and she really grew a good hand in the time she was with me. And I just think it was time. She needed time and patience. She's a big, strong girl. Mom is big and strong, and I think now hopefully we can go on to bigger and better things in time now.
Yeah, she needed that time. She's found her feet. Now, it's quite exciting. I know it's still early days, but hopefully she'll be able to perform for you through the Durban season.
Yeah, listen, I hope so. You know, let's obviously the goal is to get some black top at some stage. But Mom ran up till she was 6, and you know, in the last few years we've had some great fillies like Beach Beauty and River Jatez retiring at 6 and 7. There's no rush. So she's exceedingly priceless to us on the farm, and every win will be precious, yeah.
I think she's got a special place in a lot of people's hearts. We're all following Miss Frankel on Facebook, and it was just lovely to see that win, and obviously all the interviews afterwards.
Yeah, well, I just think, you know, maybe we've created the monster by making that Facebook page, but it works. It's good for marketing the state. But the public get a little bit angsty when she lets them down, and I've had to sort of educate a few of our followers that actually they're athletes, and, you know, things take time. But I think it's good for racing and good for the farm to have that sort of following. It's huge. It's national. I mean, Frankel himself has got a wonderful Facebook page, so it links up and it all works beautifully out.
Yeah, it's absolutely fantastic. Now, this is the first time we've been to the farm for a while, and I must say, looking absolutely gorgeous. And you're starting to get those beautiful autumnal colours, lots of green, and you've had a lot of rain. It really is looking well.
Yeah, the farm's in good shape. You know, we managed to get through that drought of 2018 well. We've had wonderful, glorious rain already. We're 3/4 away through the wine harvest, and that's up. Tonnage is up. Pastures are in good shape, so yeah, all happy and fertile. Yeah.
I think the last time we were here, the foals were very small, but they're looking really well in the paddocks.
Yeah, weaning is well into weaning now, and the young August babies have all weaned, and mares are enjoying a bit of respite now.
And when we arrived, the restaurant was as busy as ever. From early in the morning, you've always got something going on, functions and lunches, very busy.
Yeah, listen, today was a network breakfast. We do that the second Wednesday of every month. It's quite a nice thing for the local business community. And we learn a lot, actually. I was at it this morning. I got quite educated this morning. So, yeah, it's very popular. And we've had a long season. It seems to be dragging on. Those foreigners are still here, so that's great.
Yeah, it's fantastic. And once again, really well marketed. I love seeing pictures of the beautiful food that goes out and the lovely wines.
But I just think, you know, really, we were talking about that this morning, that social media is just huge. And I mean, the best is Zunia, one of the chefs, takes great photos, so does Philip. And I think photos, you know, people love photos, so yeah, works well.
And it certainly is very beautiful here for the photographs. Now, the next big thing coming up for you is sales, and you've got the National Yearling Sales happening next month in April. I think it's 24th to the 26th, and you've got quite a big draft of 17 going.
That's big for us, actually, but we've been trying to work between the two sales, Cape in January and Nationals, and I've got it perfect this year, so this is all I've got left to sell. 17 lovely horses, a mixed bag, lots of different stallions, and they're doing well. The weather's played its part because it's been beautiful. So they're growing beautifully lovely coats at this stage, and we'll leave on the 14th. Yeah.
And you've obviously got lots of your own Oratorio and Vase on the sale, but you've also got Dynasty, and that was very sad news this week that we lost him.
Yeah, listen, you know, I don't know how they're handling it at Highlands, Ridgemont. But, you know, I'm feeling a little bit anxious because Var's also getting old and also got a few issues. So I'm nervous about what might happen for us here too. But from far as Dynasty is concerned, for me, the interesting about Dynasty is, and the same with Var, those horses change people's lives. People have bought houses. People have, you know, done huge things in their own personal life for what he's done for us. And for the farm itself, we've got two superb Dynasty colts to end. Well, to go off with a bang, hopefully, because we've got a beautiful Dynasty colt out of the Group 1 winning Bambina Stripes. And then we've got an awesome monster of a colt out of Manelli, so that's Valdero's brother, by Dynasty. So we hope we can give him a good send-off come April.
Yeah, he certainly was a smashing racehorse and a smashing stallion, and I think it really is quite emotional for everybody in racing when a stallion passes away like that.
As I say, Dynasty was one heck of a horse. He was a great racehorse and a magnificent stallion, and I think his daughters are going to keep his legacy and his dynasty living on forever. But a sad day. It's you know, same as Captain L. Those horses don't happen often, so very sad.
Yeah. And as you say, you've got your own two stallions. Var's also getting on a bit, but you've got Oratorio, and he's still firing. He's doing really well.
Oratorio's doing really well. He needs a big horse, Oratorio. You know, we exported Cue the Music, which is lovely to go to Hong Kong and do his bit, but it would have been nice to have him here. He's got a lovely horse running in Hong Kong with Tony Millard now. Let's hope, his name is Ezra. Let's hope he can go on. He looks quite encouraging. But he's a big horse, but yes, I can't knock him. He has winners all the time, and yeah, we'll just have to wait for the big one.
Well, we're going to come out and see you again early in April because we really want to look at this draft properly, and I assume you'll start walking them and getting them ready quite soon.
Yeah, they're well into sales prep, and we'll start showing them to prospective clients from next week. So yeah, we're in the groove, so we'll see you later in the month maybe.
And looking at the catalogue, it looks to be a strong catalogue, some beautiful pedigrees, and it's run over 3 days, and we've got the first session, and it really does look a well put together catalogue.
It's amazing how many beautiful mares there are in South Africa when you look at this catalogue. You know, you think you've got a good bunch, and we know we have a good bunch in Avantier, but gee whiz, those powerful studs have got some wonderful pedigrees. So it's all looking good. We need the clientele, but we'll be there. We'll be serving wine and snacks, and hopefully we'll, you know, have a good sale. Wish everybody the best of luck, because it's a big catalogue, and times are not so good as they used to be, but we stay positive, and racing must keep going, and we'll bring the product, and let's hope we can, you know, create a bit of atmosphere up in Joburg.
Yeah, well, you do look to have a lovely 17 going, so we'll look forward to seeing those later in the month. But what happens after the sales? Then we've got the Durban season, and before we know it again, you'll be foaling.
Hopefully some time off. Yeah, Durban season, obviously lots of runners. We've got some lovely fillies running at the moment. We're having a good run at the moment, some lovely fillies on the track. Yeah, Durban season and then foaling season, off we go again. So it's a circle. We just keep going.
I don't think anyone ever realises the cycle just keeps going, and the years keep flying past quicker, and there's just so much on the go all the time.
But we get older and maybe a little bit wiser.
Yeah, but anyway, fantastic. Keep up the good work. I'm looking forward to coming to see that draft later in the month, as we said. And thank you very much for having us this morning. Absolutely stunning views up here at the dam.
Picked a beautiful day. Thanks for coming.
Thank you, Pippa. It's always great chatting to Pippa, and we have picked the most precious spot on the farm this morning up at the main dam, and the views are just absolutely spectacular. Looking forward to coming back here towards the end of the month to look at the draft of 17 going to the National Yearling Sales.
Time now to feature another one of John Freeman's top stallions, and this week we focus on the son of Oasis Dream, Kurari.
Kurari was the champion older horse in Germany in 2010. He is a Group 1 winning son of dual champion racehorse and leading UK sire Oasis Dream. His racing class is backed up by a pedigree packed with champions, and he hasn't let them down. 2015 Cape Champion Freshman Sire, leading Freshman Sire by number of stakes horses, leading Freshman Sire by average earnings per runners, leading Freshman Sire by percentage of winners, leading Freshman Sire by number of stakes horses. And his statistics get better and better. Now he has 88% winners from his first crop with 39% stakes horses, 83% winners from his second crop with 25% stakes horses, 79% winners from his third crop with 18% stakes horses, and already 54% winners from his fourth crop and 16% stakes horses, with lots more to come.
Kurari Falcon comes home hard on the outside. Fortissimus is running on. Dawn calling flat to the boards. Now Kurari Falcon gets on top of things. And Kurari Falcon goes on by a half a length to seal the deal.
Kangaroo Jack to fight it out. Dolphin and Kangaroo Jack, but Kangaroo Jack now sets. And Kangaroo Jack will go on to beat Dolphin Ashkenazi Oculus.
It's Kangaroo Jack with a 2-length lead. Second is Champagne Haze, then Will Pays a new Predator, but Kangaroo Jack far too classy.
Cosmic Light on the inside, and Trolley to run on is Rebel to the 4 over on the inside. Cosmic Light the leader, Rebel to the 4 is running on strongly. Cosmic Light just won it.
Head Honcho has built up a 2-3 length advantage. We're into the closing stages, and Head Honcho's not for the catching. He gears down to victory.
Still Wonderwall, and he's kicked again. Wonderwall with 2 lengths to spare over Will Pays and Finn Shasson. What a win! Wonderwall could be a big hit in the making.
I wouldn't want to bet on any other horse in South Africa becoming champion sire in the next few years. I mean, it's got to be Kurari.
Kurari is the property of a syndicate and stands at Main Chance Farms. He is managed by Freeman Stallions.
Central Route Trading will be holding a dispersal sale after the last race on Saturday the 23rd of March. It will take place at Durbanville Racecourse in the Parade Ring. Fiona catches up with Jacques Charles to tell us more.
Central Route Trading will be having a small dispersal sale here in the Parade Ring at Durbanville after racing on Saturday the 23rd of March. And once again, it's lovely to have Jacques Charles on the show just to tell us a little bit about what we'll be selling on that Saturday. Jacques, lovely to see you this morning.
Thank you, Fee. Thanks again for having us. And yeah, we look forward to a sale on the 23rd.
And there's 5 quite smartly bred fillies selling after the last race.
Yes, Fee, we've got 5. So it's just fillies and mares, so great breeding prospects. And I think there's definitely, if you're a breeder in South Africa, you want to be here on the 23rd.
And most of them are still in training and able to race, so you've got that opportunity as well to possibly race them before you take them to the stud.
Yes, definitely. There's all of them are still racing prospects. There's one unraced 2-year-old, so definitely you're going to have a bit of fun before you go to stud.
Some nice sorts, some good breeding there. You're going to take us through those 5?
Yes, we've got lot 1, Still I Rise. It's an Australian-born filly by Street Cry. No intro. I don't think you can find any Street Cry mares easily in South Africa. That's obviously the sire of the Wonder Mare Winx, and then close to home of Oso Zana, so definitely one to look for. She's won 3 races from 1200 to 2000, so very versatile, and her trainer definitely believes that she has stakes potential. So that's lot 1. Lot 2 is an unnamed filly by Gray's Inn out of a mare called La Meta. She's just gone into training with Eric Sands, so you've got the whole racing career ahead of her. Lot 3, Lip Service, beautiful bred Silvano, out of a Group 1 winning mare called Lyrical Linda. She's earned stakes from 7 starts only, so there's still lots to look forward to there. Lot 4, Lily Teresa, beautiful bred by VAR, out of a Captain Al mare called Possible Dream. Lily Teresa, multiple winner, and there's also a definite chance there for going forward. She comes from a sprinting family, so South Africans generally like the quick ones. Then no introduction for this filly. Lot 5 is Rose in Bloom, out of Give Me the Green Light. She's a multiple listed winner, and her last effort she was victorious in the Kenilworth Prix de Cup. It's a Group 3. She also ran a very credible 3rd in the Group 1 Mallorca behind Snow Dance. So I think that will probably be the favourite of the day for the local buyers, but it's a very exciting draft.
Yeah, she should go for a bit of money, but all 5 of them are interesting purchases because they are quite exciting, and they've all got a few more races in them, I think.
No, definitely. You know, barring the one that's unraced, it's a fantastic, so small auction, but there's dynamite there.
And a perfect time to have the sale. We'll have everybody on course for the races. You just got to hang around till after the last and be here for the sale.
Yeah, so this one will be a quick one, so it's no need to wait a few hours for the one that you want to buy, and we expect to have fun afterwards.
Well, Jacques, once again, thanks for taking the time to chat to us. Really looking forward to this sale on the 23rd of March, and hope you sell well.
Thank you.
Always good to have Central Route Trading on the show and getting all the info from Jacques. I'm really looking forward to seeing these 5 fillies sell on the 23rd of March here at Durbanville Racecourse after the last race.
Well, it's my pleasure to welcome back to the Breeding to Win show, Charles Pretorius, editor of Turf Talk. Charles, lovely to have you back. It was only a couple of months ago that you were on the show, but this time a little bit differently, and lovely. Great to have you back on the hot seat.
Thank you.
Tell us about Turf Talk, celebrating its 3rd year this year. It's coming up, and just remind us and recap about Turf Talk.
It's gone quite quick. It's actually, in June it'll be 3 years, so we're almost there. Turf Talk is a daily newsletter that goes out to subscribers for free, 5 days a week, Monday to Friday, and it's backed up by our website as well.
I love it. I have to say, I love your articles on Turf Talk, and not only fascinating for local racing, but international racing and the news that's coming internationally as well.
Well, it's a global sport, and there's so many interesting things going down every day, so many interesting characters, and we've got to report about them. People like to read that.
I think certainly lots of new information coming through as well.
All the time.
Just to quickly touch on the passing of Dynasty, I know that was one of your recent articles this past week. I think condolences need to go out to all of Dynasty's connections, but what a fantastic racehorse and stallion he was.
He'll leave his mark on the industry. As a racehorse, he left his mark, and he's left his mark as a stallion, multiple champion stallion. And as John Freeman said earlier this week, he hopes that any of Dynasty's sons at stud can be as good as him, half as good as him. Then he would have done well.
Now, you touched on how many readerships you've actually got, and obviously you monitor that, but who actually reads Turf Talk other than maybe owners and presenters?
Those are them. Owners, trainers, jockeys, breeders, horsey people, some show jumpers, and here and there normal people, ordinary people not involved in racing. But it's a market that we've got to accept as really small now. We see it in the figures. This market is not what it used to be. And you know, no matter how hard we try, we're not going to get thousands of people back to the racetrack. I think we should be marketing from the inside out. Look after the people that we've got left, and see if we can build on that. Maybe they can bring the people back into racing, but from the inside out then.
Yeah, I have to agree with you. You know, when you look at the quality of racing we've had over the last couple of months, from the Cape season into the Highveld season, which we're only just getting warmed up now, and then I know Durban season's always a fantastic season. We've got such quality horses here in South Africa, and it's actually sad to see the game where it's at the moment.
Well, horses like we've got at the moment must revive interest. I mean, you had the Queen's Plate in the Greenpoint Stakes, which was billed as the races of the century, with Rainbow Bridge and Do It Again and so on. You've got the July coming up. Mr. Rattray's now bought Rainbow Bridge to win the July. And then you've got Hawam and Company. Hawam apparently going for the Daily News, not for the July, but all the horses around him, also fantastic 3-year-olds. Barrowin, for example, National Park. There's some fantastic horses out there, 3-year-olds and older horses, and it's going to be a great season. What's left here of the autumn and, of course, in KwaZulu-Natal.
What are people actually looking for from racing publications, Charles?
Well, somebody said the other day, you know, you racing journalists are obsolete. We don't need you. We just need to publish the fields every day, and people will punt and gamble and go on.
But there's more to it.
I think it's too soon to put us out to pasture. They're trying, but it's too soon because, you know, if you look at Google, go and look up marketing today. All the biggest companies in the world are doing content marketing and video marketing. People still want to read good stories. That's all it's about. They want to read good stories. They want to see good little videos. That's what attracts them to any business, and that's how you build a business.
What do you
know, it's all over. Go see, it's there.
I know. I mean, you're a fantastic researcher. So, and you can see that from your articles, because when you go your international news and that, you can see you've done your research. We've seen the books that you've published in the past. So how do you get that information? I mean, where do you draw it from?
Well, listen, for all of us, it's the same thing. Google. Google and social media. We live on Google and social media. And, you know, to try and stay a step ahead of the rest, which is not easy. I mean, you've got Andrew Harrison and Warren and Ferner now doing their little video show, which is excellent. You've got Lance Benson at Sporting Post, always done a good job. Tab Online doing some great stories, so horse racing. There's a few of us now starting, as you can see, to do very good stories, because that is what people want. And that's the only way we're going to get them back, is to let them read about all these colourful characters and all the beautiful horses and what goes on behind the scenes. I mean, Warren had an interview with Stuart Randolph the other day, but Stuart's got a pilot's license. And then he had an interview with Mark Dixon about Mark writing a letter to Lester Piggott when he was younger. All those little interesting things. And there's a story a day. They're all there. We just got to find them and publish them.
Well, one thing about racing, it's never shorter stories.
Absolutely not. There's one a day.
What can we look forward to from Turf Talk in the future?
Well, we'll be looking at a promotion for our birthday in June, probably a prize, maybe to the July, we'll see. And then we've got a nice project coming up for later this year, which we'll announce a bit later on.
Okay, so we look forward to that. Thank you very much for joining us on the show, Charles.
Thank you, Julie, again.
Thank you very much. Thanks to Charles Pretorius.
Il est bel, incroyable ici. La police qui va enlever l'arc de triomphe. 5e victoire dans la course pour Frankie Lettori.
Is storming home, one of the last possible gasp for the judge, a thriller.
What a finish to the Melbourne Cup. The Brave is under pressure when they turn in. It's been a relentless run, Cup. Who's going to be the last man standing?
And
battling on through. Then Wings of Eagles, Cliffs of Moher, Wings of Eagles swooping though, and Wings of Eagles gets up to win.
His 3,000th winner.
Vodacom Durban July.
Gauteng Sansui Summer Cup.
That's a wrap for this week's edition of Breeding to Win. Don't forget to join us next week for more Breeding to Win action. From myself, Julie Alexander, and the rest of the Breeding to Win team, good night.